Good afternoon, people. How are we doing today? I forgot to put the camera on. How are we doing? Last game of the season. Welcome back into the channel. We are live watching Ipswich beat QPR live at Portman Road. Big game for Ipswich today. For us, not really. Wish it was different terms, but big day in the championship as well. Big day in championship. If Wrexham, all they need to do is get a win to get the playoffs, and yeah, it's a bit of a challenge. 3 teams chasing for that second spot as well. Big accomplishments for Wrexham, to be honest, this season. I didn't expect it, to be honest. I thought they would struggle. People may say money put them there, but you know, at the end of the day, is the same manager going to be there taking them to Premier League or keeping them in the Premier League next season if that happens? So yeah, who got in the chat? Foley is in the chat. Everybody, Foley's here. Welcome back, Foley. Hopefully you're having a good day. Busy with work. He has been. Paul says, all right, DB, you good, mate? I'm good, man. Just a bit. You know what? I'm not even nervous about this game. To be honest, I want the season to end. So yeah, we've not lost our final game of the season for 5 seasons now. I know obviously last season was a good result, and that was against Sunderland, you know, who was also trying it. So yeah, Eleanor says, hi DB, how are you? I'm good, thank you, Eleanor. How are you? Hopefully you're having a good day. Foley, you are. Foley, have you seen this lineup? We're gonna lose. Jeez, hope not. What's up, DB? Pete says, good to see you, Pete, in the chat. Hopefully you're okay. I'm good, mate. Thank you. Good to hear that, Foley. Yeah, so team news. I haven't actually done the Ipswich one yet. I'm gonna do that whilst we're on the stream. But I don't know what the formation is personally. I don't know what the formation is. Is it gonna be Julian's? In fact, we need to change that. That's the most stupidest thing that I've seen right now. Oh, wrong one. Whoopsie daisies. That's what we wanted to sort out. That. Give me 1 second, people. Let's sort this out to the best one that we need. There we go. Right. So yeah. I don't know if it's 4-3-3. Because it's look. I did say in the previous show that the main thing was he was gonna end because we haven't got 9 to play for. He's gonna play youngsters. You know, he's gonna put some sort of given game time to someone. So the team is Joe Walsh in goal, Amadou and Bengay, Edwards, Clarkson and Davis all at the back, Varane, Morgan and Madsen in midfield, and Vale, Benny and Chair all up front. Personally, that's what I think it's going to be. I think that's what I could be wrong. It could be Vale and Benny up front or something like that. I don't know. I'm not too sure. On the bench, you got Salomon, Adamson, Esquidina, Isaac, Hayden, Tylon Smith, Koki, Sato, Smith, and Scarlett. Bit surprised Jalen Pearman's not on there, to be honest, after what we've seen with him this season in development side. Very interesting talent he is. Very good on the ball. First things first as well, actually. Congratulations to the development side on winning that cup. That's 2 cups in 2 seasons. Absolutely smashing it, they are. Big shouts to them and the head coach there that's doing a brilliant job there, taking over from Paul Furlong. But yeah, we'll see what happens today, to be honest. Ipswich team I haven't really done yet. I'm gonna have to do it soon. But yeah, comment wise, we got some more chatters going on. Are you surprised Chair and Madsen starting today? I'm not surprised. It's the last game of the season. You know, Madsen, I feel like he doesn't, you know, it depends on today, what we see today. But personally, I would say you know, I'd rather see Madsen on that field. I'm a bit surprised if it is free in midfield. I'm a bit surprised, but yeah. Every Millwall fan is a QPR fan today. Well, that's a bit that. Yeah, I would say yeah. Is Kone injured? I'm not sure actually. I'll be honest. Nothing has been said about injuries, but he did come off injured. Remember, against the last game at home last week. But I would say I'm not too sure what to say on it. I'll be honest. Can't believe it's the end of the season already. Yeah, it is. It is. Look. It's gone quickly this season. We've had a great time doing this season. You know, this was a big pop off this season. You know, we've done certain things differently. You know, we've looked really strong. I mean the stream, not the team, by the way, the stream. you know, we're doing different things this season for the stream, but it's thanks to you guys, to be honest. You know, you guys have shown great support in doing this, so yeah, I've stuck by it. I'm not gonna lie, there was times where I was gonna stop, but I'm not gonna lie, people like Foley, Pete, you know, everyone in the chat, to be honest, Ryan especially, you know, you lot really determine this channel and push it more further for me to even put more content on here. You know, I'm hoping from now to next season it should be a lot better, even more, so yeah. Listen, look, I have plans now. You know, look, you lot have everyone in the chat and everyone who watches this has shown me so much, you know, this season, and it's kind of put me in perspective where maybe this is going somewhere, you know. So, you know, it's going slowly at the moment, but I have plans to do stuff with you guys on obviously next season, even after this season, to be honest, straight after. You know, I have certain things that I want to do, and you know, plans that I want to help the channel. There will be a different name on the channel for sure soon. You will see that soon, but I'm not gonna put too much on it at the moment. But it's more gonna be for what I want to do with this channel. So yeah. You know, like I said before, I feel like just doing QPR content can sometimes be, for me, it might be a bit frustrating sometimes because you can't put out so much, because QPR are a very quiet club. But I would also say I'm very intrigued to push out EFL content on this channel as well. So yeah. But we definitely will be sticking with the watch-alongs for QPR next season for sure. It will be QPR stuff still, but hopefully a bit more, if that makes sense. So yeah. Soon to come, soon to come. Like I said, there's plans going on, and we go from there really. I actually just generally forgot to do the Ipswich team. I need to sort this out now. I think it's just the same team that I've done anyway. I know Daniel is not playing. It's I'll sort it out later. I will. Team is good apart from having a striker play. Look, I'll be honest. I'm not. Look, I'll say this. That I know everyone wants to go out with a bang. But let's be honest, right? I don't know if this is Julian's last game. I know that we got nothing to fight for, and I did say when it's that type of scenario, you know, if you can't get relegated, you've beaten your points tally from last season, you're gonna play youngsters, you know. Burrell's injured. I think Burrell's injured still. So yeah. I would say this team, look, if we go in for it, we go for it, but for me, I think he just wants to just give game time to certain players, so yeah. Kickoff starts in 5 minutes, people. Oh man, I don't know about you guys, but I'm hoping my camera doesn't shut off this time. Any rumors? Yeah, he got injured last week, Foley. He got injured last week. He came off with his hamstring, didn't he? Holding his hamstring. Thought there would be a striker from the dev squad on the bench. There is Scarlett. Scarlett's on the bench. Any rumors? The only rumor that I'm hearing is apparently of Julian being replaced with Julian's got interest in France, but the speculation that I'm hearing is all bullshit rumors. But the way he's acting at the moment, if we may end up hearing something after the game today, you know, I got a funny feeling there might be some news today about something. We're very interested in that Felipe guy who played for Chelsea, who is a head coach now. But yeah, that's, for me, it's only rumors at the moment, you know. I'm not saying it's a good that Burrell's injured, but now all the Premier League clubs aren't interested in him anymore. I'll be honest, I don't know why Premier League clubs are interested in him. If I was Premier League clubs, why wouldn't they go in for players like the Coventry striker or anyone like that? It makes no sense. I thought he was a winger, Paul. No, Scarlett plays up front. Scarlett plays up front. He does. Scarlett plays up front. Well, he is a winger technically, but he can play up front. He can play up front. He can play up front. Let me sort this out. Did you see Sheffield Wednesday got a new owner? It's good to see that. To me, that put a smile on my face. I'm not gonna lie. Today, when I saw that news, that was brilliant, man. Honestly, shout outs to him. Shout outs to him who bought the club, man. Right, let's change it. Let's change it up. Let's change it up to this screen here. All right. Final game of the season, people. Teams are coming out. I've got to change the Ipswich team. I know. I'm sorting it out as soon as I can. Who have we got here in the chat? More people, 11 viewers. Hello, everybody. Are we looking forward to seeing the R's? Robert, 100%. Always, as always. I wouldn't mind JS leaving. He's nothing special. Hasn't really improved us a lot. I would say he's improved our attacking a lot. You know, we've been more better on the attack. And we saw it last week in the first half. But unfortunately, shit happens, you know. Good to see Chair starting. I would keep... Listen, look, I want to keep Julian. And that's final, you know. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. But for what I've seen, look, we got to stop overrating QPR at this stage. Because I get everyone wants to see us fighting for promotion and all of that. But at the end of the day, listen, we're nowhere near ready for that. You know, Julian needs to build his team. And you can't expect pretty much Rome to be built in a day. It's that simple. So yeah, I will stick with him always. I'm a big fan of Julian. Hope he stays. I've got nothing against him. The only thing that I would say is if we're going to start the rebuild, I think we need to start processing on what sale players that we're going to make to bring in the player of quality that Julian wants. You know, for me, I got a funny feeling. Obviously, look, Nardi's, if we're looking at keepers, Nardi's definitely looking like he's going. I would probably send Joe Walsh out on loan, bring a keeper in for sure. A lot of people have said that we don't really need a right back because Amadou's doing a killer of a job. Putman seems to be brilliant with the development side. Maybe give him a chance next season on the bench. Could be a good shout. Left back wise, we need a new left back next season. I don't really want to see Davis sign in. It's going to cost money anyway. Varane looks like he's going to go. And yeah, there's some other players as well. Sellers going. He's planning on leaving. Apparently, I've been told that Seller actually might have a club already after him. Haverton Santos as well. He looks like he's leaving. So we could be scavenging at least 5 million from our player sales, you know. And we've released some of, look, with some player sales and releases, you know, it frees up wage space as well. So yeah. Here's Hum Manager. We go again next season. We wasn't ready for Prem. Hulk smash that like button. Cheers, Foley, for that. I'm happy Jake Knox. I have managed to stay fit for the last bit of the season. Rob says that the problem with Julian is that if he gets a promotion, he will go. I don't know. I don't know, because I look, the way he's talking at the moment, it's the same as Marty. You know, hope we can keep Madsen next season. I reckon Madsen will stay. Unless you're gonna offer 15 to 20 million, you can have him. You know, and I think the club will say the same thing. You know, the club knows what they want and prices wise, and that's the best thing about it. So yeah, you know, I like Nuri. I think Nuri's done a great job. Yeah. Right, we're getting ready for kickoff. I will be focusing on other games as well today. Obviously, we got Wrexham that need a win to get the playoffs. I listen. Look, I like Varane, but he's not had the best season this season, and I think me and Robert can both agree. Look, I agree with Robert. Sandfield's definitely going. But that would be 2 million for sure, 1 to 2 million. Listen, I reckon we can raise a good amount of funds and bring some other players in as well. You know, Julian needs to dip into players that he suits in the formations that he needs to use. You know, I feel like the 4-4-2 that he's using is only because of the players that he has. Look, we seem to do a lot better with the 4-4-2 than the 4-2-3-1 and all of that. So yeah. But I think the strongest thing is we need defense. We need to improve our defense. That's what a big thing is for me. You know, goals get conceded quite a lot, Mistakes have happened so many times that we need a keeper that communicates with a good defense. You know, Nardi was struggling with that. Joe Walsh was struggling with that. So, yeah. Alright. QPR to kick off. Looks like they're going to hoof it away. And here we go. Why isn't that working? Why isn't that working? Okay, that's weird. Give me a second, people. Right, Ipswich should clear the ball away. Paul Monroe looks a bit different, to be honest. I didn't expect to see like this. Alright, Daniel Bainey heads it away. Madsen on the ball. The camera's very low for this match. What is JS thinking? I had no idea. Look, at the end of the day, I think he just wants to just finish the season. Oh no, we are on Sky. We are, so not very great for us. My prediction is 2-3 QPR, Bell, Benny, Chair, score. Okay, 2-1 to us. I reckon just a 1-0 win, and then obviously Millwall will obviously be second if they, you know, go from there. You know, if Millwall go up, it'll be very, very interesting next season. Yeah, Millwall v West Ham. Jesus, that's if West Ham stay up. Alright, here goes Ipswich. Through ball. What a ball there. And it's a good save by Joe Walsh. I'm about to say Joe Taylor. I don't know why. But first opportunity by Ipswich. They are going to be pushing it to the metal today. 5-0 to Ipswich. I wouldn't be surprised, you know. I wouldn't be surprised. You know, they want this. It's a good ball to beat Ronnie. Ronnie's just jogging back. It needs to be better than that. Come on, mate. Let's try and get these farmers out of there. Alright, it's a corner anyway. Alright, whipped in. Oh, it's a good set piece. It's going to be a goal kick, though. Bristol City are winning 1-0 already. It's realistic. Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to just go over 1-0 QPR win. I am. 1-0 QPR win. You know, I'm not... I think Ipswich are going to fight for it, for sure. I don't think we have a strong team out, for sure. But, yeah. It might end up like Sunderland next season. I'd be honest, I don't really want Mill to go up, to be honest. DB, you going to do a season review? Yeah, 100%. Look, we got a lot of stuff going on, planned at the moment. But yeah, look, there's gonna be a lot more to this channel. After the season ends, you know, I'm gonna do season reviews. All Ipswich in here, and it's 1-0 Ipswich straight away. Mistakes again by the defense, and is it Hurst that scores it? I think it is. Yeah, it's Hurst again. Danger man, 1-0. 1-0. Oh, why is that not working? Alright, George Hurst makes it 1-0 to Ipswich. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. I'm genuinely not surprised. Look, I'm going to have a look at this again. That defense was shocking, man. Honestly, that defense was shocking. Ipswich fans are happy. Alright, so it's hoofed away. Ipswich, oh, it's just stupid stuff from QPR. What are we doing? Amadou and Benge not even defending properly. It's onside. And it's Clark Salter making mistakes. Let's have a look. Is it? Clark Salter pretty much putting it in the back of the net or gifting it to George Hurst. Davis shit defending, and that's why I don't want him at the club. He just absolutely shit defending, man. Ultra game 1 already is crazy, yeah. Middlesbrough beating Wrexham 1-0. Fucking hell. Jeez. It's the same type of goal, bruv. Jeez. Alright, we header it away. Ilya Sheg gifts it to... Oh my god, Varane's lost it. And here we go. Ipswich on the attack. Into the box. Oh, good save by Joe Walsh. Nearly 2-0. So at the moment, Ipswich are taking second. And cleared away by Clark Salter. Chair controls it down. He's put himself into trouble there. Oh, man. Amir says we're so shit. We need defenders. Look, I told you, man. The defense has been shit this season. I don't like Amadou right back. I don't like Davis at work left, you know. I feel like they've just dropped down, in my opinion. Amadou, in my opinion, is a better centre-back. I think he'll play a lot better as a centre-back. Derby are beating Sheffield United 1-0. And Smodage. We got to stop being charity rangers no matter what. Yeah, flip-flops are on. The players are ready for their holiday. 100%. I wouldn't be surprised if everyone's got a plane ready to go away as soon as the whistle goes. Alright, through ball to Ipswich into the box. Crossed it in. And finishing. It's good block by Amadou and Benge. Jeez, that could have been 3-0. And Joe Walsh calling for the ball there. Right. It's the last game of the season, man. Look, they don't give a fuck. I'll tell you what, they don't give a fuck. Listen, look at the last day of the season when we was in the Premier League when Man City beat us 3-2. Who hooves the ball away like that? Come on. So Derby is 6 at the moment. Wrexham could be flopping this away. Good morning from Toronto. Good to see you, Patrick. Good to see you in. Good to see you. Hopefully you're having a good morning, I should say. Yeah, I agree with what you said earlier. Glad the season is over after today. Been some good games, but watching our defense is so hard. That's the problem. Is I don't know whether to sit here and say if Steve Bold or whatever. I can't do it. I don't know. I generally don't know. I need information I need to go into the club and find out. It's the only information I can tell you, but for me, right now, I would honestly just prefer to see certain defenders leave and certain defenders come in. You know, Ronnie was a good signing. A lot of people might not like him, but I think he's good development plans for us, you know. Obviously we need a centre back now with experience, and that's what Julian said, he wants experience. But I feel like a lot of people contradict him about experience, because what he means by experience is probably appearances, let alone certain things. Ultra Gamer says it stands Derby in the playoffs. Yep, I see that. Cheers for everyone. Don't forget to smash the like button. It does help the channel, that's all I ask. It is free. Oh, free kick, Varane pushing over Ipswich player. And that Derby goal was a crossing. Ah, oh, what a goal by Derby. This is gonna be a dramatic end to the day. I'll be honest, I'm not sure what to say about Steve. Oh my god, Hurst is in the middle here. Is it 2-0? Is it 2-0? It's 2-0. And it's onside as well. It's Philogene absolutely poorly defending. This looks like it could be a Burnley repeat from last season. Look, if Ipswich played like this with so much intensity all season, they'd be in the bloody top of the league right now. Brighton are beating Man United 1-0. Jeez. Oh, that's the women. Sorry. I thought it was the men. Right, so it's a shit pass by Clark Salter. Shit. Honestly, I don't think we've got the ball in their half. I don't think we've had the ball in their half. It's onside as well. It's onside. Amadou just doing shit defending there. And yeah, I don't think the players don't give a fuck. I'll tell you what, the players do not give a fuck. Even look, Davis just jogging back. It's not great, man. JS don't even start Cook on his last game. Cook's not even on the bench. I think Cook's gone anyway. I think it's gone. Cook's gone already. Paul says it's gonna be hard. Look, it's good. I would. Do you know what? I wish I could say it's hard to watch because but I don't care. Look, as a Q, I know it's hard, really bad to say. Oh, here we go. Fucking hell. I know it's bad to say, even though we've got nothing to play for. I still expect to go out with a bang, but sitting here right now is like, I think we all expected what was gonna happen, you know. I agree, Ryan. Common Borough coordinator says we should all get our boots on for the second half. Mate, I think we should have just played the development side today, to be honest. Alright, Ipswich on the ball. Thing is, will Ipswich stay up if they go up? That's the question. Right, Varane on the ball. Loses. Oh, no, he's done well there. He's kept the ball. It's gone out wide to Harvey Vale. Daniel Benny on the run. I don't think we're playing with any strikers. We're not playing with any strikers. Yeah, we're not playing with a striker. Daniel Benny's not up front. He's on the right. Oh, wait. It's changed now. Oh, it's changed. Alright, we're on the ball with Ilya Share. Plays it back to Ronnie Edwards. Can we get a comeback going? This won't be interested. Eleanor for manager next season. Bring me, I'll do a better job. Next season. Oh, Madsen shoots. And it's just a conflict. Yeah, he didn't even try. Next season will be tough if we don't sort out our fucking defense. This is nothing new. Same poor performance. Watching better teams ripping us apart. Pretty much, yeah. Listen, look, Ipswich. All Southampton are winning 1-0. Jeez. Everyone's challenging for it this seat today. Let's go, DB. 40 likes to the last game of the season. Is it at 40 likes or is it... Oh, it's at 11 likes. 40 likes would be brilliant. 40 likes would be brilliant. Oh, it's... Joe Walsh has got it. Nicely done there, Joe Walsh. What the fuck is this? It's QPR, mate. That's what it is. It's QPR. Do you want Millwall in the Premier League? Listen, look, I don't care who goes to the Premier League personally, but if they do go Premier League, I expect them to do well instead of just getting to the Premier League and giving up on the first day. We got a shot, yeah. I'm not fussed who goes Premier League personally. Look, at the end of the day, you know, my prediction was this. You know, the top two for me was gonna be Coventry and Middlesbrough. And I did say Ipswich for playoffs, but it might be the other way around where Ipswich get second and Middlesbrough get the playoffs, you know. I didn't expect going into this game to get a crazy result, you know. If I saw the team, if he wanted to do better, I think the team would be a lot better on the field, you know. There'd be a striker. No care or passion in the squad. They can all fuck off in the summer as far as I'm concerned, Ryan says. Fair dues. Player no JS is off ski and couldn't give a monkeys today. Stan the man says. I don't know if he is going yet. We'll find out later on anyway. If he look the way he was talking with West London Sport, I would say this. It sounded so familiar to when Marty was leaving. You know, I obviously thought, you know, he may have done something at home waving goodbye, but everyone said that it looked normal. So listen, look, I want Julian to stay. I don't think this performance reminds me of like Burnley at all in the sense of like giving up, but I just don't think their heart's in it. They don't give a damn about today, to be honest. Look, I don't know, Foley. Look, at the end of the day, for me right now, personally, nah, Scott. Look, you gotta remember Scott Parker. Look, right, okay. I'm gonna put this on perspective for you guys. Look, if we wanted Scott Parker or any other manager like that, we would have had them already. You know, we would have them already. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. wages matter. Wages matter for a manager. You know, Scott Parker we won't bring in. Sean Dyche will never bring in, and it's all because of one, their game plan, their planning style, and also money, wages. You know, that's why we went for Julian, because Julian is only probably earning about 20 grand a year. Not 20, maybe 20 grand a week, not 20 grand a year. What am I saying? Probably 20 grand a week. So yeah. I think he wants Ipswich to win just so Millwall don't go up. Yeah, man, it's not so unrealistic, but probably won't happen. But he's the man. Listen, the only things that I've seen as manager that we've been linked with is the ex-Chelsea left back and Atletico left back Felipe, who's doing an incredible job. Head coach in I can't remember who he's head coach now for, but you know that there's a story there for that. But I would rather have Liam Rosner in at QPR if that was the case. But personally, I think right now, if you know Strasbourg got after a different manager than Gary O'Neill or whoever it is available in France, if he's homesick, I don't know, but I'm sure we would have had something. You know, it's just weird that Julian came in West, obviously said what he said in West London is like obviously shouted out about we need experience. You know, it's kind of something similar to what Marty said last season with what happened. But personally, I would say Julian should stay. You know, I don't see him going. If I'm wrong, cool, but yeah. Who do you know about Romanian football? Do you know Steaua Bucharest? I don't know anything about Romanian football, I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest, I don't know nothing about Romanian football. There's only certain things I know. We are so shit, it's embarrassing, Andy Gates says. Listen, look, man. At the end of the day, it's the last game of the season. Look, they don't care. They don't care about today's result. It's that simple. You know? You can tell by the team he's put out, he don't care. If he wanted to win this, you'd see Kone on there. You'd see certain players on there. But they're not playing. You know, you would see a striker on there. Even Sheffield Wednesday last 5 matches better than ours. At the end of the day, listen, look, it's not been great this season in the sense of defensive-wise. Attacking-wise, I've seen a big improvement from last season to this season. So, yeah. Such a shame about Sheffield Wednesday. Listen, look, with Sheffield Wednesday, yeah, cool, but look, right now they've got a new owner, and that's the main thing. You know, if they do well in what they can do next season, I guarantee you they'll come straight back up. This is their chance to rebuild with this new owner. Absolutely rebuild, get a good team going in the League One, and then go from there. You know, so yeah. Doesn't matter that we got nothing to play for and need a manager who cares about every game. Mate, listen, look, he's cared about games all season, man. At the end of the day, yeah, cool, listen, look, we all want to win this game, but, you know, it comes down to the fact being that, listen, look, other managers for QB have done this as well, you know? Neil Warnock done this the last day of the season when we won the Premier League. Well, won the Championship, sorry. You know, I can name certain managers that have done this constantly, end of season. I don't know if Tottenham will get relegated. I don't know. Depending on... Look, if Millwall go up, then I don't see West Ham staying up. I'll say that. We owe it to the integrity of the league to at least make an effort. It says everything that's wrong with the mentality of the club, that we don't care enough to at least avoid embarrassing ourselves. I would say that I think we overrate our team. I really do. I think we overrate our team for sure. We have some really good quality players there, but it comes to the fact being that I personally think, you know, top 10 would have been better. I really was hoping. Oh, Madsen's gone down here. Fuck. Have many fans traveled to Ipswich? I'm not too sure. I'm generally not too sure how many fans have traveled. Foley, I'm not too sure. As far as I'm looking right now, obviously I don't know how the stand works for QPR, but if it's blowing up, it looks like quite a few people have gone. Quite a few, a bit of a crowd. So yeah. Right, is Madsen back up now? $1,700. Jesus Christ, hate football. Good to see you. Can we end the game? Fucking hell. Madsen, I think Madsen might have a broken rib here. Fucking hell. You think QPR will score next? Listen, I don't think we're gonna score now. If we do, it's because Ipswich have fucking given away a penalty. I don't listen. Like, it would have been great to see. It would have been great to see us get a draw, or at least a result. But personally, I think, you know, I look, Ipswich last game of the season. They're at home. You know, they're gonna go for it. They're gonna go for it. You know, Ipswich completed. They did beat us at our ground. They did. So yeah. You know, what would I say right now? Is like, if Ipswich are doing this, why haven't they played like this all season, man? It doesn't make sense to me. So yeah. They need their money back. Yeah, Christian Uri, all Christian Uri and the ownership will do is give them some food vouchers for next season or something like that. Why did we sign Obuku today? Sign Obuku today would have been. I'm not sure, Patrick. I'll be honest. I'm not sure. Ilya shares on the ball. Daniel Benny's oh, for fuck's sake, has he found him? I'm not too sure why he's not starting. I'm not too sure. I can't answer that. To be honest, he has. I don't think he's been in training. Again. So yeah. Madsen had enough. He wants off. He's back on now. I think he's back on. He just had a bit of a collision with O'Shea. Everyone knows how much of a thump O'Shea is. Madsen, Obuku was a waste of He wasn't a waste of 500k. I don't think it was a waste of 500k. I'm not gonna judge a player if we haven't seen him. I'll put it there. Our way end is sold out. Glad I'm watching on TV on the other side of the world instead of being there in person. Infuriating enough. What happened to Kone and Collie both? I don't know. I know Kone came off injured against our last game at home. Collie, I'm not too sure about, to be honest. I'm not too sure. But look, like I said in the previous show, he's going to play some youngsters to give him a game because it's the last game of the season and there's nothing to play for. It's that simple. It's how it works. It's how it's been at QPR for many years. Unless it was a relegation battle, we would be playing for our lives right now. I personally don't think he was actually brought in to cover Burrell. I think he was brought in for the future. You know, for how old he is, you know, 500k on a striker like that, that just statements me that it's for the future. Robert says Julian doesn't like Collie. I don't know where you get that from. I don't know where you get that from. I personally think, you know, next season, you know, we just need to get the season over with. Oh god, Pete, here we go. JS has to leave. Why couldn't we have thrown in one of our young strikers instead of playing with no? Well, technically, Benny does play up front for QPR. Technically, he does. I know he's technically a right winger, but he does play up front as well. And he has scored goals to the development squad playing up front. Should have played Pearman. That's what I'm honestly. I would have rather seen Pearman play today. You know, I would have liked to see Pearman play today. I think we brought him to stop other clubs grabbing him. Possibly, but I think you know, I'm not gonna judge something unless I know the full facts of it. You know, I know he's been injured, or if it was a failed drug test or whatever it was. Devlin, yeah, is a player I want next year. I'm actually, do you know what? This stuff where obviously I keep pushing about Ronnie Edwards, I think I might do the same thing with Devlin. I might push it a little bit more than Ronnie, but yeah. If you feel like I should put to social media about Devlin a lot more before straight after the end of the season, I'll do that. You know, I really am a big fan of Devlin, man. I think he's quality for Portsmouth. Alright, Ipswich on the ball anyway. 25 minutes gone. And it's Hurst. Is it Hurst? Burns, sorry, Burns. Walsh has got to be replaced as someone nice lad, but not good enough. I've said Nardi all the way, but I think Nardi's gone now. I think Joe Walsh needs to go out on loan. And I think we need to bring in a keeper and put Murphy Cooper and maybe give him an opportunity on the bench. Coventry are beating Watford. Sim scored. I'm looking forward to next season to see your predictions come true. I like your optimism. I really think I can't sit here yet and say what's going to happen next season until I see what players are brought in. You know, the reason why I was confident with top 10, and honestly, I was very uncomfortable with I don't know much about Julian. You know, all I read about when Julian came in was Rennes, Strasbourg, Champions League, Europa League. You know, that stuff is credentials. You got to look into that. But personally, the thing for me was, okay, cool, we've brought in this manager. I didn't want Foropin for sure. My choice of manager was the Rennes manager now, which is let me search it up actually. Let me search it up who the manager is. I can't remember his name. Oh no, he's changed. He's not at Rennes anymore. Okay, fucking hell. Jeez, I didn't know that. When did he get sacked? Unless they didn't bring him in, I don't know. Where is he? Give me a second. Hang on. I just want to check because I was a big fan of this head coach. I was. Okay, maybe he didn't come in then. Okay. Was it Rennes? I don't know. I'm sure it was Rennes. Sorry, people. I know it's annoying. Wrexham have equalised with a wonder of a goal, of a strike there. Right, okay, I'll be honest, I don't know, I can't find the manager's name. I can't find, he was, I think it was at Leon. I think it was at Leon managers. I think it was at Leon, I think. No, it wasn't. Okay, cool, no worries. It wasn't at Leon. I can't remember his name. I'll be honest, I can't remember his name. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I can't remember his name. But yeah, there was a guy that was interested in which I preferred than Julian. But for me, Julian, when I watched him in pre-season, there was glimpses of certain things, but what I was really impressed with was his attacking ability with the players in that first game of the season at Preston, and that's why I was very intrigued to see what he could do. So I feel like the attack is with what I've seen is pretty decent. You know, defense wise has been really appalling this season. Yet again, too many mistakes. And I just feel like he needs to build from a certain player and get rid of the deadwood, and he needs to bring in certain players that he can work with that do well. So yeah. I just need to go from here. I will always say we're a top 10 club, personally, but yeah. As in top 10 in Championship, not Premier League, just to let you know. I'm sick of Julian Stefan. Who the fuck is this team? Who the fuck? He has to be fired. That isn't being competitive. Just over the bar, Jesus Christ, being competitive, that is just letting other teams smash though us. What the fuck have we seen? Ben Hamer should have got more games. Yeah, I would probably say that. Foley. Charles from Sheffield Wednesday. Listen, he's a young kid. I haven't really seen that. If you're at the relegation zone, the only reason why he's got a bit of credibility is because he's a young kid. I wouldn't want to bring a young kid into this team at the moment, like in goal for sure. Right now, my main concern is an experienced goalkeeper. Hey, bro, I'm doing okay. Hope all the boys are good. I'm unhappy with that first half so far. When I woke up on bank holiday weekend, didn't expect to see him. That's okay. Well, good to see Zach in the chat. We should get Scott. Oh, for God's sake, Scott Parker's not coming. Oh God, Cooper in here. Oh, for fuck's sake, yeah. There's no effort. There's no effort. I'm trying to get these fucking messages. Jesus Christ. Goal Wrexham. Do you know Papadopoulos? He has a YouTube channel and is on loan at Chelmsford. Wouldn't mind seeing him. Depending on how old he is. Cheers, Foley. Foley, you got the J. Oh, Jesus Christ. They're already high. Do you think Leicester will return to the Championship next season? It depends if the ownership does what they need to do. Cord. And he says, so many basic errors from our players. They totally panicked every time we have the ball and just give it away each time. I'm not surprised today, to be honest. Haha, you legend, my guy. Will never be top 10 champ club. Rolling another one. Foley and the boys. What socials you got? Jesus Christ. What is going on? It's tiresome how every summer we say big change is needed and then end up with same issues years after year. For me, it's a mindset issue of the club, not just about players. What about left back next season? Lakesh. The Lakesh thing, Patrick. Look, you gotta give him an opportunity, and he's been injured with an ACL, you know, and it's something that needs to be looked. I don't know if it should be something looked into, but I would say he has an opportunity next season. You know, Zach DB is going to start a Discord, bro. My man DB, nice. We're gonna get it sorted as soon as possible. You know, with the season obviously ending, we'll try and do something. So yeah, looks like we are finishing 15th, not good enough. Hopefully Julian will bring in some experienced players for the young players to learn from. Yeah, hopefully it's not just international players as well. Yeah, get a Discord on my user is we used for Black Ops 6 Joker. Do you think we will spend? Nah. Look, right, you gotta remember, man, PFA, you know, this season we probably need to sell a bit more than spend. I feel like there's only a few areas that we need to improve in. You know, defense is a big rework. You know, obviously we're gonna, you know, Jake Clark Salter possibly will leave, and some other Steve Cook. Obviously, we need to bring in another really good centre back to work with Jimmy and Ronnie, depending on what happens there. But yeah. But I think we need probably another midfielder in there to help Madsen work with Madsen and go from there. But I think Madsen right, I'm going to be honest with you right now. I'm going to be honest. Every shot I've seen QPR take, it's not. They're not bothering. They're not bothering. They're really not bothering. They're really not bothering. I tell you that. They're really not bothered to take a really good shot. Well said, Andy. Where's Andy? Jesus Christ. Oh. Do you think we'll sign Harry? I want to sign Harry Amas. I've been saying it for 3 seasons. We need Harry Amas as well as Harvey Vale. If they could do the Harvey Vale one, why aren't we bringing in Harry Amas? You know, Amas is a quality left back. He's done superb with Sheffield Wednesday at the start, and then obviously where he went off to his next test was, I can't remember, I think it was Preston, or no, it wasn't Preston. Can't remember now. Who could you see going that will fetch these? So Field will be going for sure. I think Field's gone, and Mill will have just scored anyway to make it 1-0. Aziz. I think I think Sam Field will go. Varane, we could probably get a bit of money for him. I think he will go. I personally think Jake Clark-Salter. You know, we need to keep players fit. So yeah. Yeah, I agree on the shooting. No effort from Madsen. Look, for what I'm seeing with the shooting right now with on the pitch, it's not an effort. It's not what I'm used to seeing. Look, Harvey Vale has not even had a touch of the ball properly yet. There must be a reason for that. You know, chair's been fouled, but it's no free kick, is it? For Morrison should be back from his loan next season. Do you see him as a It's hard to say because, you know, he clearly wanted first team football and that's why he went. And I think I like Morrison, but I honestly think I just don't think he's a Julian player. I'll be honest. I don't think he's a Julian player. West 12 P says, I have to head out, DB. I've got busy day. Thanks for stream. Noise, West 12. You have a good day. Enjoy the rest of your bank holiday. Before you leave, don't forget to hit the like button if you're going. We'll catch you soon, though. We'll have a match preview, match reaction. We will, and then we get into the nitty-gritty stuff at the end of the season. We do some big things coming up, hopefully. Just gotta have the right mindset of that mentality to do it. So yeah, hope that chair can get fit. I think the fact is this, right? The things, if we're gonna look at backroom stuff, we need to have a big look into why our players, why is this guy still here? You know, in the sense of injuries. You know, we need to sort out the fact. We need to sort out our back team for fitness, we do, and physios, to understand why we got so many injuries with muscular injuries this season. And yeah, we go from there. I think coaching is a big thing that we need to look into this season, but 100% it might not happen. I like Chair, but I'll be honest, if it ends up like this, I reckon Chair might leave, you know, soon. So yeah. What do you mean? 15th, ole. Pete, do you mean me? If you're saying, what do you mean? Madsen on the ball. Kieran Morgan, he would have taken a shot. Yeah, something's wrong, man. He would have taken a shot there. I know Kieran Morgan fucking well. He would have taken a shot. Fucking hell, man wants to go on a big bender. Yo, DB, just heard Sheffield Wednesday ticker has been completed. Yeah, Dan, it's a good thing. I'm happy to see it, man. Look, Sheffield Wednesday have got a big heritage on that club, man, and they don't deserve to wear what's happened to them. So I'm a big huge shout out to that guy who's taken over. Hopefully he can get a good job done next season. I don't know if they have a transfer ban, but hopefully that they get something sorted, man. They deserve to be in the championship. They do. Man's just a massive piss up. Jeez, man's organising something mad. They have to talk. Oh, for God's sake. Kieran Morgan, Chair, Madsen, what you do with it? Chair, Kieran Morgan. Some nice passing going on now. Varane. Elias Chair out wide. Davis into the middle to Madsen in the box. Madsen's still on it though. He's done really well. Varane. Oh, it's cleared away. Amadou. Oh, it's just not gone to a QPR player. Go on, go on, go on. Go! Oh, we're looking a bit better. We're looking a bit better. We're looking a bit better. This looks a bit better. Corner, corner, corner. Does JS have him? Listen, he says he has. He says he has, but I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. He says he has though. Past few minutes haven't been bad in my opinion. Yeah, it's been. Look, we look a bit better. We do, but I think that's also because the Ipswich are tired. Right, whipped in. Keeper's got it comfortably. Jesus Christ, and he's almost rolled it into his own net. What an idiot. Right, Ipswich roll it out. Cheers down in Twitch. Alright, Ipswich on the ball. Jesus Christ, just seen how many in last game of the season and how many people are fucking tuned in. Jeez, crazy. Good defending there by QPR. Amadou on the ball. Do something with it. Guys, got Amadou. Just clear it. Just clear it, Amadou. Amadou, yes. Kieran Morgan on the run. Out wide. Davis on the ball. Chair. Oh, almost. Plays it back to Ronnie Edwards. Kidnap me, yeah? Jesus Christ. I'm more happy doing this, bruv. Oh, it's been a goal. Is that Wrexham 1-1? Is that just running late? Oh no, it's Wrexham 2-1. Sam Smith scored. Oh, we've just given the ball away to Ipswich. We have. So Wrexham are in it ahead. That means that they're in 6th position. Mate, I just think it's because that they're just playing Daniel Benny. I'll be honest, it doesn't even look like we're playing with a striker. I don't know what formation we're using, to be honest. I don't know what's going on. I don't think we're doing anything. Well, I'm getting it sorted. I'm getting it sorted, Zach. I'm getting it sorted. I don't know why we often start games slowly like today and give ourselves a mountain to climb to get back into it. Again, another mindset or preparation thing that needs to be addressed. I'm not too sure. Listen, unless it's a game plan, I don't know, you know. Look, I don't think we have that much great quality on that field today. I'll be honest with you. I don't think we have that much great quality on that field. It's that simple. Did you hear if we lose today, we'll be the first team in here. I actually would have lost our last 5 games. Well, I did not know that because I don't really concentrate on that. I'll be honest, I don't know what the formation is. I thought it was 4-3-3. You know, look, we got Madsen, Kieran Morgan, Varane, all on the pitch. That all central midfielders. But personally, I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's weird. There's another goal. It's 2-2 now. Wrexham have messed that one up. Middlesbrough have come back. Middlesbrough in the playoffs anyway, so they don't need to worry. I don't know. I don't know if Jesus Christ. I don't know what's gonna happen. Look, at the end of the day, for me, I'm more interested in what's gonna happen with at the end of this game, to be honest. Right, Madsen on the ball. Oh, he's giving it away. Literally no reason to not play Collie today. I can see him leaving this summer. I'm not too sure. Listen, look, like I said, man, you know, none of those players are on the bench either. So I can't really say much about it. I don't know what to say. You know, I don't know what to say because it's the last day of the season, man. You know, I'm not surprised, if that makes sense. Patrick Good on the Wednesday for pulling it back, but the EFL on it. Listen, look, the EFL fucking shit, bruv. They need to sort out refereeing for next season, bruv. It's just diabolical that the refereeing is that bad in the championship this season. I'm really disappointed in that completely. Oh man, jeez. They need to sort that out next season, they do. Oh man. Ipswich, just useless. It is that. Collie has just found his form. Be shame to see him go. It will be a shame to see him go. I don't know if he will go, but he's gonna want first team next season. You know, we've got some incredible strikers that know how to score goals, so it's gonna be a hard one. But no, but that's what I'm not saying that, Amir. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that it's the last game of the season, and he's probably just like, you know what? Let me just play Benny instead of everyone else. You know, look at the bench, for example, right? If we look at the bench that he's named, right? The bench he's got Leon Scarlett, Keely Adamson, Paul Smith, Koki Sato. You know, all these players that he's got on the bench, right? The only player that I would say that has had a great season is Paul Smith. You know, it just tells you that every other player is just he's just letting them have a rest. I'm not saying a rest, but just letting them get on with it. For the, you know, you've had a great season. Have end it there. You know. Nah, I think Benny needs to go out on loan. I feel like people haven't seen enough of Benny. For what I've seen of Benny, his international career is great. I just think he needs a loan spell. I just think he needs a loan spell. You know, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, a lot of people said the same thing about Paul Smith when he came to QPR. So, you know. Injuries just because we need efficient for. Look, I feel like Julian has put it in perspective and said it out loud. You know, experience is needed, but I feel like certain people might not understand what he means by experience. So yeah. At the end of the day, QPR have won a trophy this season, and that is the cup against Dulwich for the development side. So that's a positive. Listen, look, our development side are doing really well. The distribution from Walsh is shocking. Yeah, I agree, Andy. I agree with that one. I don't look. I haven't rated Adamson. I'll be honest. I've not rated him. I don't know why we signed him, but he's a youngster that might change. I personally think he's a development player. He's a development side player. Furlong has whipped it in the box to offside, I think. Benny needs a loan out, but he is potentially on it. I think he works hard. Look, I like Ben. Look, I feel like, look, for me right now, if we was going into next season, you know, we need to sort out our defense. You know, our defense is key, and our midfield is key for next season. You know, a goalkeeper and a centre back, a right back, and a left back is key for next season. I feel like a number 8 is key as well for next season, depending on what he formation he's going to use and the plans that he's got planned for next season if he stays. I think a creative player as well wouldn't be at hurt, but I also think there's certain youngsters that feel like I could see on the bench next season as well. You know, I think Putman has done a really good job at right back for the development side, and he looks very interesting. I also think Jalen Pearman looks incredible. I also think Sutton is hopefully going to be there soon. You know, you got to remember, we actually have some really good players, you know, in the development side, but they're not fully ready for first team, you know, and we want to see him on the bench. We want to see game time. I will tell you, Alameo, I'm just gonna call him Isaac. He's a brilliant player. Isaac is a brilliant player. I think we should keep Benny in the first team as he will grow with us. Benny, Scarlett needs to be a sub we use quite a lot next season. He has serious potential. He's really good. He's really good. I think Amadou will be fine in the right back position. Signed Bear, Australian youngs like Benny, and yeah, I think it's because of Charlie Austin personally. Was scouting for us. Could do with a natural number 10. It depends on what his playing style is. It is half time, by the way. It is half time. Right, so first half's ended 2-0 Ipswich. Ipswich in the first half have been brilliant. You know, I'm not gonna lie, they've been incredible. You know, they look like a team that are definitely wanting to get that second position, and they're gonna get it. Unless we can stop them in the second half. Now, the first 20 minutes of the game, all Ipswich completely. Then we started being a little bit better. But I think we started to gradually get more of us between 35 and pretty much the half time. You know, we've been a lot better since the 30th minute going onwards. I just don't think we're trying too hard. And, you know, I'll be honest, we've had the same total shots as Ipswich, it says. Accurate passes has been appalling. Corners, so yeah, it's more momentum wise to Ipswich. It has more momentum wise. He might make subs, I don't know, he might make some subs to see what happens, so yeah. But at the moment I would say personally I'm not surprised. Yeah. Alright, what we say in the comments. And Benga definitely a sub, centre back or right back. We need someone like Todd Kane, who whipped in a mean ball, or someone with pace. That's a Todd Kane. Or we could think about Devlin. How about that? Let me see who you're on about. I've heard the name. I just got to put I just got to remember who it is. Oh, what, Chelsea player? Fucking hell. I think right back, white. Look, it depending on the playing style of what Julian wants to do, right? To me, he likes to put pacey wingers, or not play. I have to look. Do you know what? I've been trying my best, right, to look into his teams that he's done in the past, right? Now, would I say he looks at pacey wingbacks? No, I don't think he looks at pace. I think he looks more for distribution and passing. Amadou Mbengue, to me, is a great defender, but when it comes to the attack, I feel like he loses a little bit out of the attack. I feel like we could do a lot better. Right back wise, I think Devlin suits the team very well from Portsmouth. I think Devlin has shown it this season that he looks incredible for Portsmouth. I want to sign him. I hope QPR are looking at him. But if not, then we have to kind of look at what Julian wants. So yeah. Todd Kane got dropped because he said he was better. Kakai, listen, Kakai to me was shit. Kakai wasn't great. You know, there's no offense to him. I just don't think he was great. Glad Ipswich took the foot off the pedal towards the end. Could have been a lot worse than 2-0, Paul says. I just want us to score a goal. I did not know Mr. Austin was scouting. You never know. I don't know. I'm just stating that, well, he played in Australia and you never know. Robert fucking has changed his mind. 3-2. Robert, if that happens, I might lose my voice. 4-1, I'm going, but QPR might surprise me. Listen, look, like I said, look, don't expect anything too extravagant in today's game. I'm not surprised. You know, at the end of the day, as a QPR fan, am I disappointed with where we finished? 100%. I expect a lot better. But I'm at the point of this season where whatever is doing today, I'm not fussed about. You know, right now, I just want the season to end. You know, we're safe. We've got more points than last season. We have. And personally, I just think right now, I want to see what Julian does in the summer and hopefully stays. You know, I'm a realistic guy. If Julian doesn't do any improvements, in my opinion, to QPR next season, I will be honest, I'm not looking forward to it. You know, if I feel like he's doing something that and he's not performing well and to get sacked, I would sit here and say, yeah, I would agree with you lot. 100% he's got to go. But for me, I feel like with the players that are brought in, he still needs another season, in my opinion, to see what he can bring in. You know? If we had two fullbacks who have pace, we can play a range. But the thing is, I don't think he's looking at pace. I think he's looking at technical ability. Because look at Davis, right? Davis is not that pacey. Amadou is pacey, but he doesn't use his pace. So yeah, it's a mad one. But I think for me right now, I just want the season to end. I keep saying it, but I just want the season to end. You know, I feel I'm happy with the business we've done in the summer. I think it was excellent. We had a great, exciting team. I feel like we need to make sales now to bring in some other better quality into the team. I feel like Nuri needs to mainly focus as well on loans, possibly. I know he says he hates loans, but it's something that he might need to focus on a lot. But I think we need to have a more understanding and in what Julian wants to do with the squad. You know, we know we want attacking play. That's how Christian Nuri wants it, and that's the managers that he chooses, the head coaches. But personally, you know, I'd rather just see what happens in the January transfer window, or the summer window, pre-season comes, and we go from there. You know, I think we all know who's gonna leave and who's gonna stay, but yeah, we'll see what happens. And Sheffield Wednesday have scored. I would like Julian to stay, but he needs to be better with his subs. It's a learning curve. It's a learning curve. Listen, look, I'm not agreeing that the subs have been brilliant this season. Even injuries have been a problem this season. Yeah, again. Listen, look, it's top 8 next season, 100%. Look, top 8 has got to be the thing. Top 8 is where we got to be next season. I'm not even saying top 10. Top 8 is where we got to be next season. You know, it's going to be more difficult each season. We have 2 more points this season from last similar position as well. Consider the signings we made this season. It's been a failure. I don't think so. I don't rate us as a big club. Listen, look, top 10 for me was an ambitious thing. I thought we could do it. I think our forward lines are. Look, I would say this: our forward lines are meant, in my opinion, are meant to be the best in the league. I would say that. You know, Burrell has proven it to be a good striker. Kone is meant to be that striker. Colley, incredible. You know, but I think you need to look at other teams in the championship as well and think, why? Okay, look, Mavididi, he's a fucking European European player, you know. And when I say European, I mean in the sense of like Champions League, Europa League, stuff like that. So certain teams have these quality, you know. I think that positive I can say is that our attacking threat has been incredible. This has been pretty decent this season. A big improvement from last. I agree injuries have been a major issue this season, but JS has been a big letdown. Also, his selections and subs at key moments have been diabolical. Listen, look, I don't agree with what you know, some of the subs that he's made. Look, I agree, but you gotta remember, man, he's a manager that's coming from France, and you know, for his first season in the Championship, it's been pretty decent. It's been pretty decent. You know, as long as he, you know, has an ambitious mind of understanding what he's going to do next season, then cool. I know this season's been another, you know, mad one, you know, but if you think about it, before we had the serious injuries where we were in the league, look at where we were in the league when the injuries came, you know. If we didn't have them injuries, I guarantee you we would be in top 10. This right now would be in top 10. But the thing is, when you say we've invested quite heavily, that's because of how stupid the English market is. You gotta remember, right? Listen, look, if I sat here today and someone said to me, Kone, 4 million or whatever it was, you know, right now looking how he plays, I would say no. But you gotta remember, we're going by with what he was doing in League One last season, you know. Each league, every season, the things are going to go up in price for sure. And that's why we look abroad so much to bring in players, because it's cheaper. You know, Sato to me isn't a 3 mil player. You know, listen, we'll look at it this way. I'll put it in perspective this way, right? Tarap to me was one of the best players in the Championship for God knows how many seasons. To me, he was the only thing that could match Ronaldinho if he had his mentality in his head properly. Okay? And we only bought him for 1 million. That is, from that to now, is a big statement. You know, we bought Dembele in for 2 million. We did. Madsen was about 3 million. Ronnie Edwards is about 5, I would say. So yeah, I would say the quality that we have is not matching as well to other teams, but we have spent money, you know, which is not looking great, but that's because of the English transfer window is fucked. I think we could get decent money for Vale. For God's sake, really, I'm not selling Vale. Listen, look, right, I'm telling you right now, Vale's not going. Let's not get into Vale right now. Listen, look, if people want to start cussing out Vale, look, seriously, that's my guy, bruv. I can't have that. Vale to me is a player that is incredible, man. Honestly, I might be the only one wanting Scott, but Scott Parker's not gonna come. Listen, I'm telling you right now. Look, I think Scott Parker is brilliant. He's done incredible jobs in the Championship with players, but personally, he's not come to QPR because we can't afford him. It's that simple. We can't afford him. Listen, look, when you look at this, right, I put it in perspective like this, right? Why do you think certain head coaches have rejected Chelsea? There's a reason for it. Because they have no say in the club. Wasn't there a rumor about... Yeah, there was a rumor about Del Trapp coming back, but it was just a rumor at the time. I think Sato to me would be in the way that we play right now is better as a number 10. Bring back Salah next season Well, he's getting sold. I can tell you right now. I've heard he's getting sold. And I've already been told the club that he might be getting sold to. So yeah. Right, but personally, this is what I would say right now. Right, goalkeeper. We need to replace the keeper next season for sure. Right back, I'm not sure about yet. I would want to bring Devlin in, but he can play midfield. Centre backs, Ronnie, Jimmy, Liam Morrison are the only ones that I can think of that are staying in the club. Tyler Smith, I want to send out on loan just to kind of understand English football a bit more. I would say we definitely need to bring in some sort of backup centre back if we've got Steve Cook gone and some others. Left back wise, we definitely need a left back. Harry Anas would be a good shout. But I think also we need to look into the market at other options as well. I think Madsen needs a play. Look, I would sit here and say this, right? If I was Julian next season, I would go to Madsen and say, what midfielder do you want working with you next season? You know, that's what I would say. Because Madsen, we need to build the team around Madsen next season. We do. Madsen is key to our process next season. He has had a fucking phenomenal season, in my opinion. You know, he showed it at the last game of last season against Sunderland, and he's had an incredible journey this year. And I personally think we need to build the team around him. Varane, I like, but they work together well. But Varane, to me, he's lost a lot of, I don't know, momentum maybe. But I think Madsen needs to work with someone like, yeah. For me, I would still say if Sunderland stay up, I would love to see Nils from Sunderland to come to QPR. Patterson from Sunderland for keeper to come to QPR. That would be two great signings for QPR, personally, I would say. Second half just about to start, by the way. So I would say Nils and Madsen would be a good combination midfield next season. Whether that happens or not, I don't know. I can't really guarantee you and say that's going to happen. But it would be a great contribution. Now, if we play in free... Ipswich just kicked off, by the way. If we're playing free, I would personally state that Chair, if he stays, 100%. If Paul Smith, we got already. But I think... Oh, wait, hang on. Hurst shoots. Joe Walsh, comfortable save. I personally think we just need a creative player in that midfield. And the only thing I can think of right now is that, you know... Maybe someone, a youngster from the development side, in Jalen Pearman. He might be a good shout. So yeah, I think QPR did make subs. I couldn't really see. Sellers worse than Kone. Bro, we are one promotion from PL. We get promoted. We can afford him. We can't afford him. Listen, though, we can't afford Scott Parker. I'm telling you now, we can't afford Scott Parker. Listen, look, his wages at Burnley are probably like 50 grand. We're not paying 50 grand for him. You know, he's a proven Premier League manager, and he's a really good head coach. Yeah. Mate, I've championed Vale fucking for years, bruv. I've loved it, bruv. I'm telling you right now, if I get an interview with Vale, man's kid. I'm joking. I'm not gonna kiss his feet, but yeah, he's sick, bro. Vale is like that one person that can pull off something phenomenal, and you just be like, what the fuck, man? I reckon he could have one of them Adele Taarabt moments where it's like, oh, for fuck's sake, what a goal kind of thing. Like one season promotion bonus to Scott Parker. I don't know what. I'll be honest. I don't see Scott Parker coming. I don't see Sean Dyche coming. It's not the type of playing style I would say either. I don't think we can. Tyron Smith coming on. How long before we give away a penalty? The second penalty was not even a penalty. When he conceded that, Tyron Smith is on. I don't even know who came off actually. Alongside Madsen. Robert says, I give it 5 minutes, Andy. Zach says, we ain't getting Victor Johansson, Stokes, a keeper. He signed a contract now. Oh, has he? I don't know. Then I guess we need to get that guy in from Millwall. if we do get him. Tyron Smith isn't worthy of championship, major loan needed. I disagree with you saying we're not a big club because we are. Oh, for God's sake. See, now, look, mate, look, right, okay, cool. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Right, Patrick, listen, look, I'll put it in perspective, right? History-wise, we're a big club. But when I say big club, we're not a big club right now. That's what I mean, Patrick. We're not a big club right now, right? I'm not talking about back in the day, history or whatever. We're not a big club right now. We're talking about a club that has been ruined by 2 managers, in my opinion, to get us into a predicament of ownership where they spent so much money, put us in a difficult scenario with relegations from big league, and then we have to rebuild with something like Les in charge of bringing in young talent from League One that did fuck all for us, you know? So we're getting rid of all of that shit right now, and for what we've done since Gareth Ainsworth has left, has, in my opinion, has been an improvement, you know? Paul Smith's on the ball, crosses it in, it's cleared away, it's going to be a corner. Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is right now we're not a big club. Right now. We have great history, but we're not a big club right now. It's that simple. So yeah. Patrick, you spoke in what I know way we're bigger than Palace up from them. Madsen came off. Fair enough, cool. We aren't bigger than Palace. Listen, look, we're not a big club right now. I'm telling you right now, look, if we were a big club, don't you think we'd be getting decent signings in the door, like flipping what Palace are doing and stuff like that? That's all I'm stating. I'm not saying QPR and it's the truth. When look, we came from. I can only say what I see at the end of the day. I can only say what I see. You know, I've been a season ticket holder. I had to sit in the fucking blistering days of cold and shit like that on the lower loft, watching players like Dribble Cisse fucking choke people out, get sent off against Wolverhampton and make silly mistakes to lose games. I've seen Harry Redknapp laugh at us. I've seen Jose Bossingwa fucking laugh in the camera at the end of the season. I've seen us beat Chelsea with a fucking look. I think for me right now is this, and I'm gonna admit it, right? I enjoyed my time when Neil Warnock started in the Premier League than when we brought in Mark Hughes and fucking Harry Redknapp. Bro, I got to sit there in the lower loft and see us fucking kill Chelsea 1-0 with a fucking penalty with Heider Helgson. That game was incredible. Was bloody incredible. Oh, it's a free kick, QPR. That game to me was incredible, man. Honestly, I loved it, man. Honestly, beating Chelsea at home, Jose Mourinho sitting, playing backwards football was incredible. So yeah, but like I said, in my opinion, when Neil Warnock was sacked and obviously Mark Hughes was brought in, he brought in some big names, but we survived. Then Mark Hughes obviously starts the season off, and Harry Redknapp obviously comes in at the end, and obviously, you know, all of this bullshit. Listen, every player that's been at QPR that has done Under the Couch or whatever on YouTube have all said the same thing. Money, money, money. That's all they were there for, is money. You know? The club was a mess, you know? He said it in perspective where if you're bringing in bigger players than the players that you have already on 20 grand a week and then on giving them 300 grand a week, you're an idiot. You're an absolute idiot. You've affected everyone. Chair shoot says over the bar. But yeah, in my opinion, we fucked that up. And then obviously with Critchley fucked that. We don't know what we was doing there with Critchley. But when Nuri came in and replaced Les Ferdinand, that was a game changer. 100%. We became we obviously got Marty Fuentes in, who did a cracking job. in showing us what he did, and I just feel like we've been a lot better since that. You know, can anyone sit here and say how much Les spent, Antonio Fernandez spent on players? You know, when it came down to championship football, it was bad. We was bringing in players like Luongo from Swindon. You know, we was bringing in League One players that weren't really doing the trick. You know, if Mark Warburton had Christian Nuri, I reckon he would be killing it right now. Good save, Joe Walsh. Good save. Fulham are on the brink of Europe and have done great. Wish I don't have to say it. Zach says, we just can't compete financially with Palace and Fulham. Very true. We need respectable managers to attract quality players and don't see that in Julian. Well, we'll see in January. We'll see this summer. We will see. I remember QPR being a solid club in old First Division. We are originally an EPL team and that's historically where we belong. Smith looking good since the came on, 100%. Robert Mee too has named, doesn't know English football history. Robert Mee. Great save by Walsh there. Andy says, I didn't want him there where he was. Great player. Not a man for his job, though. I don't know. Who are you talking about, Zach? I don't know who you're talking about. Last game of the season, look at Arsenal, our own QPR form. Yeah. Oh, look, I agree. Listen, look, I've already stated this. I've already stated, you know, if we're going to bring in keepers, you know, I honestly believe Thingy needs to come in. I think something needs to happen, for sure. People can hate what I say about Tony Fernandez, Les Ferdinand, whatever, but I'm going to be honest. There's only one guy that I really liked, and that's Bayati. I've loved Bayati. Oh, Les Ferdinand. Yeah, let's look. Les was a cracking player, a great player, but he just showed that at Tottenham and QPR, he couldn't do shit being a director of football, director of fucking anything, bruv. Listen, in my opinion, if you're going to be a director of something, you need to have business experience. In my opinion, his experience in business is absolutely shocking. Look at Tottenham right now, you know? I don't know if that was a handball or not. Benny's whipped it in. Oh, fuck off. How's that a handball? We're looking good, though. The first 10 minutes, we're looking good in this second half. Ferdinand was a traitor. I knew you'd say that. I knew you would say that. Oh, for fuck's sake. Look, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. Let's see. Oh, give me 1 second. Damn. Jesus Christ. Yeah, Amadou. Oh, shit, touched by Amadou's fouled someone. Les had hand in Cuba and Spuds, but look at both clubs now. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, look, I think personally for me, you know, I feel like we're on the right track of what we're doing, you know, with the club. We're on the right track. Whether that is with Julian or whoever, whatever happens, then cool. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and moan and cry, oh, this is, you know, about Julian and all of that. At the end of the day, if he gets sacked, he gets sacked. We move on and if he goes or whatever, we move on and hopefully they make the right decision and bringing in a manager. But I don't want the same as what happened last season, where if we're going to bring a manager in, it needs to be in the next couple of weeks or months, you know, a month. I don't want to see us right at the start of the season. We bring in a manager right quickly and release more. You know, it's ridiculous. What they did to us at the for fuck's sake, can you shut up? My phone, fuck off. Yeah, personally, I would say, in my opinion, it's this simple. You know, we need to be more with the fans with news. Paul Smith. Oh my god, unlucky Paul. Oh my god, do you know what? honestly, Paul Smith next season, I really hope he stays. I really do. I fucking hope he stays, man. He's been fucking incredible this season. Honestly, Paul Smith is fucking brilliant. Fucking brilliant, man. Honestly, unlucky. Love this channel, DB, bro. I know I haven't been here every single stream, but loved every minute of it, DB. Well done on an amazing channel. Listen, Foley, man, look, all of you have been brilliant, man. Look, to the main ones, though, really, who started watching this channel is obviously you, Ryan, and some others. You know, you lot have everyone in the chat and whoever's watching has pushed this channel even more and more and more each week. So you guys are the ones, the main characters to me. You know, I'm only here giving you an entertaining show. Let's just say that. So yeah, and I'm hoping more to come. I really, look, I'm not trying to say anything or whatever, but you know, like I said, I genuinely was very close to stopping this because I didn't have any motivation. But with what I'm looking at right now, I'm gonna continue it and do more for the channel, and hopefully we'll see what happens, you know. But with work, how it goes, it's sometimes hard when you're working as well, and you gotta just commit to certain things. So yeah, but thank you, Foley. I appreciate it, man. Much love, man. Much love for that. Positive for next season. Oh, for fuck's sake. Hang on. I'm turning this phone fucking off. Fuck off, man. Honestly. Fucking ridiculous, man. Why do people do that? Fucking fuck off, man. I'm busy. Do you know what it is? It's fucking Les Ferdinand calling me, having a go at me. It's fucking Les, I'm telling you, it's fucking Les Ferdinand. No, I'm joking. Listen, look, the injury thing needs to be sorted out. Look, if we see injuries again next season, I'm not going to be happy for sure. You know, even at the start of the season, it was very bad as well. It needs to be sorted out. How are Brentford a bigger club than QPR? Because they're in the Premier League right now. That's why. And they've committed to staying in the Premier League. But we're talking, Patrick, we're talking about right now. We're not talking about history. We're talking about now, okay? Fully, I second that. Good to meet a lot of you great Ars fans with knowledge and also some funny personalities in here. Great work. Do you know what, mate? Answer phone streamer. Unlucky there for Smith. Yeah, Smith's brilliant, man. Smith is fucking brilliant. Paul Smith coming on, he's brought some energy. 100% agree on Smith. I don't get why some fans give him so much shit. I honestly have said this about Smith when he came into the door when Mark Warburton was there. You know, cracking little player. Honestly, cracking little player. But when it comes down to championship, sometimes you need physicality. And if Mark Warburton's playing style is physicality, he's going to, you know, see certain things. There's certain players that I've never seen wanting to go. Ryan Mannings, for example. I fucking love Ryan Mannings. I think he's a fucking warrior, you know, but it needs to be worked on. So yeah. All work and no play makes DB a dull boy. Smith has done what he said in his return interview. Unfinished business. I agree, Zach. We'll give absolutely everything he's done. Mate, he plays for the shirt. He plays for the badge, bruv. Keep going with this channel, mate. Been watching for a while, but not commented previously. Keep it up, geez. Man, Andy, thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. Much love for that. Give W's to Andy there, man, in the chat, man. You can't beat the Irish energy. Every team needs a few Irishmen. Mate, honestly, it's there. It's the truth. It's the truth, man. Honestly, Smith is incredible, man. He's underrated, in my opinion. Ipswich are making subs, by the way. It's still 2-0, and you know we're looking a lot better in the second half. Sato's coming on. Don't know who's coming off though. Smith killed it. I don't know if people remember this, but Smith actually killed it at the start of the season. Smith was scoring goals. Smith was killing it. Bro, both of them are sick, bro. They do stuff for the community. It's brilliant, you know. It's absolutely brilliant. like I said, look, if I ever had a chance, like I know QPR, obviously a lot of people have asked me this, and QPR have said this season they're looking at bringing some social media people in to basically get involved in the club a little bit. If I ever did it one day, I'm be honest, I don't, like I said, I don't want to be a script, you know. If I'm going in there, I'm going in there to do my own thing and be myself, you know. I'm not the person that is gonna be um I'm not an interview, I'm not a journalist. I just put it that simple. I'm not a journalist. You know, if I had to do it, like I said, I know a lot. Gary Neville gets a lot of hate, but the way he talks to players in these interviews is brilliant. I love it, man. I think it's great, you know, because he's like a therapist. You know, he does so. He gets into the nitty gritty of the life of a player, man. Koki's coming on. I don't know who he came on for, to be honest. I couldn't see. I'm chatting too much. That's why I've confident in Walsh should be number one next season. It's the defense that's bad. Like I said, there's statistics out there that show you what's good and bad in the club. Right now, for what I'm saying and what I've seen by stats, we make too many mistakes at the back and we allow too many shots at goal. So yeah, chair came off. Okay, fair enough. There's a goal. Derby have scored, or Sheffield United have scored. Yeah, I like Smith, genuine guy and hard working player who always gives us all and doesn't hide. As a fan, that's all I ask for player. 100%, Andy. Chairs off. He did the dinosaur celebration for the Ars fan. I didn't see that. Sheffield United have scored. Amadou has just knocked Jack Clark onto the ground. So Wrexham are only in the top 6 of goal difference. Damn. Right. Ipswich on the ball anyway. There's Nunes on the ball. Mate, you lot have killed it today, man. The views that I'm seeing right now has killed it. If we can hit 20 likes, much appreciated. If we can hit the like button, much love for that, man. QB have a great nuclear to build around. Hopefully we can keep the likes of Burrell. Listen, I want Burrell to stay. I really want Colley to stay. There's certain players that I'm not really fussed about if they do go, but they will always be a part of the club. You know, but I feel like right now, if I was a head coach, I'd build this team around Madsen for sure. Madsen definitely is the maestro of the club. You know, Alejandro. Listen, look, if Fallen is saying it, 100%, I'm gonna say it. You know, Fallen for me was an incredible midfielder. In that midfield for QPR. You know, there's a lot of midfielders that we've had that I've really looked up to and loved. Martin Rowland's great player. I think Alejandro Fallen. We look, and if people want to sit here and say that what talent we had, I don't know if people actually know this, but Paulo Sousa actually brought in one of the best midfielders in the world, and I genuinely can't remember his name. Fucking mad. That's crazy. I know. Listen, I know we brought in Granero and shit like that, but Perejo, that was it. Perejo. We brought in Perejo in the championship with Paulo Sousa, and he scored that cracker of a free kick, if anyone remembers. Cheers, Zach. Cheers for letting me know. Alright, Ipswich have heightiness. Like I said, set pieces are going to be a problem. Alright, they played it short. And it's going to be a shot, a goal. Not Tyron Smith actually getting ahead to it. Jeez. Maybe Tyron Smith needs a haircut. Possibly. Mate, Bazaki was my player, bruv. My Bazaki. That, you know, does anyone remember the goal Bazaki scored against West Brom when Neil Warnock's first game? That was incredible. It was one of them. It was a cracking free kick. Mate, I could think of certain players that we've had that have been brilliant. You know, I remember, I remember, I remember, oh, Daniel Benny. Ah, keepers come out. I remember Briatore. His obsession with Gavin Mahan was fucking crazy. He had some serious obsession with Gavin Mahan. Sheffield United a 2-1. Unlucky for Derby. Yeah, Bazaki was a special player for us for sure. Bazaki free kicks were fire. I would look for an attacking midfielder, an experienced centre back, and a proven goal scorer, and we would be a top 10 team. I agree with two things on there for sure. Ipswich, Jack, shoot! Oh, it's an appalling shot there. I remember Mikel Ledgerwood getting so much grief at QPR and eventually became captain and was really great. Do you think someone comes in for Burrell, and if we get a great offer for... Listen, if Burrell goes, it's got to be a great offer. Unless that's 10, 50, 11 million, whatever. You know, I'm telling you right now, Nuri is only going to accept an offer if it's at a price tag where he feels acceptable. We're not going to excel unless it's seller. So unless someone comes in for seller and says like 500k, I think like, you know what, we need him gone. Let's let him go for 500k, you know. So yeah. And says Tyler Smith has actually played all right so far. Think he needs a good loan next season though. I think he does need a good loan, but I think his loan needs to be in the English league, if that makes sense. If he goes abroad, it might not help. Hull have scored with Oli Burney. I wouldn't sell Burrell only if it came about. I would say 10 million personally, but you know. Right now, players that I'm not really fussed about if we sell them. I hate to say it, and Robert is probably like, fucking hell. Varane, I'm not really fussed about. He's not really impressed me this season, like he did last season when he came in. I still like Varane, but I don't think he's impressed me at all. If we get a good offer for him, I would say personally, yeah, if we sell him, we sell him. I would say Sam Field, love the player, but I think he's done an incredible job at Norwich, and I think he found his new home. Anyone else? Seller, I love Seller, but let's be honest, I don't think he's gonna stay next season. You know, I don't think he's gonna stay. Jake Clark Sotar, I wouldn't really be fussed about it because injuries, you know, injuries are a problem for us in that area. And, you know, I think every keeper, to be honest, every keeper as well. Pat Foley, it don't surprise me. Smith is just some big ego because he came to England to play. He just dances on TikTok and every day right now. Just no footballing skills, his trainings, nothing, just BS. Oh, Clark. Oh, Ipswich. What the fuck, Maheti? How has he missed that? Seller was poop. Nah, listen, look, Seller's first season wasn't great. You know, Seller wasn't great, but I'm only going by with what I've watched of him as growing up wise, and Seller to me did an incredible job in the academy of Roma and some other teams. But I think the only reason why we signed him is because of his excellent form at Lugano. So yeah. Dembele, I'm not sure what's going on with Dembele. Look, Dembele for me, look, the two players that I'll tell you right now that are going to be a problem next season is Dembele and Lakesh. You know, when your ACL goes, you're not the same person. It's that simple. You're not the same person. If you've had injuries before with your knees or your ankles, you're not the same person. Ryan says Salah had one good game. Yeah, but look, at the end of the day, I feel like Marty Fuentes' style of play wasn't for him. That was it. If you go watch Salah play, go watch how he played. You know, he never really played a deep lying forward. He was more of a Sesko type of player. He was a guy that, or Yokra's type of player. He was a guy that liked the ball played in front of him, you know? But the thing is, the hamstrings, the reason why the hamstring injuries are happening, that's muscular. You can't, look, with muscular, that's all because of how you're training a player. How you're either training and the regime and everything like that. Hamstring injuries can be prevented, for sure. They can be prevented. And that needs to be looked into, why we keep getting hamstring injuries. That, to me, is tiredness and hard work. And also food and everything like that. So, yeah. He has to man up and focus on football, because any manager would see that and go, no, you're not pro footballer, like Mark Pugh was, that chefing it on socials. Mark Pugh, was that the Bournemouth guy? Was that the Bournemouth guy? I feel like I know the name Mark Pugh well. But like I said, ACL injuries, I think Dembele and Lakesh are going to be a bit of a worrying one for us. Swansea beating Charlton 1-0. It's a good strike there by Swansea, actually. The other thing is, what Zach just said, I also say this. If you're on big wages and you're not playing, yeah, I would say selling you would be the best bet. Right, Vale into the middle to Benny to Sato, who's playing in the middle. Sato. Paul Smith. With Vale. Oh, it's unlucky. Sato, go on, Sato. Sato shoots. Oh, it's a deflection. Good play. Good play. I rate Salah because, look, right, I'll put it for this, right? I'll put it like this. The only way to explain it is this, right? I'm trying to think of a player. That everyone has hated at QPR but has done well. I'm trying to think of a player. I'm trying to put it in the best perspective for you, Robert, to understand. Right, okay, I'll put it like this, right? This is the best way. I'm not comparing anything. I'm not comparing the players, right? Just understand what I'm trying to say here, yeah? Right, so we all know that Bruno Fernandes for Man United with Almiron was not working. It was not working because he was being played in the wrong position because of how he was, okay? But then Michael Carrick comes in and plays him in a position where, and the playing style is different. And now look, we see the old Bruno back. Now with Salah was only brought in because of his height. And where he has scored so many goals for Lugano, they're thinking, okay, cool, let's bring him in. And he's cheap. But what they don't see and what they don't understand is Marty's playing style was he wanted a deep line forward like Frey to be in the box for headers in goal, to score goals from set pieces or corners and all that. And that's why he put Jimmy Dunn so much in the box. And the reason why Salah wasn't working is because Salah can't hold up play. Salah is a player that is a passing technique player and also a guy that wants the ball played in front of him, you know, and that's what Julian's playing style is, and that's why Burrell works, that's why Collie works, and the reason why he plays two up front with Kone and Burrell Kone is that Frey of the team where he holds the ball up and puts it in the right place for strength-wise. So that's what I'm trying to explain. You know, Salah is a good player, but he's not kicked it off for us because of how he is. Say, was that Ronnie Edwards? Yeah, Ronnie Edwards. All right, Kieran Morgan on the ball out wide to Davis. Just over 10 minutes to go. We need another Heider Helgeson. I'll be honest. I don't think we'll ever see a Heider Helgeson again. I don't think we'll see it. If Kone gets any slower, he will be Heider Helgeson. Very, very true. Very true. I just think there's certain styles that suit certain players, you know? Like, did we ever see Paul Smith play to this full potential under Marty? I didn't. And I still think he's a great player, but yeah. I think it's a corner, QPR. Amadou's actually put a good ball in for once. Jesus Christ. Is it a corner or a free kick? Oh, we get to see Isaac. Isaac's coming on, Ryan. Isaac's coming. He could finish. Heider Helgeson was brilliant, man. Heider Helgeson was brilliant. Kieran Morgan coming off. We get to see Isaac play. I feel like Helgeson and Pookie were two similar players. Two similar players. Paul Smith's just got a yellow card for something don't understand. Alright, 10 minutes. Isaac, what can he do? What, 2 thunder strikes out of the box? I generally need to get a haircut soon, man. I generally do. I'm just so lazy. So lazy to get one, man. Jeez. Yeah, Paul. I agree with that one. I agree with Paul for sure. Paul Smith on the ball. And no free kick. Ipswich back on it. Isaac. Where's Isaac? Where's Isaac? Where's Isaac? Isaac tracks back. Jeez, okay. It's a free kick Ipswich. Davis fouls. Come on, RS10. Oh, I wonder what you're talking about then. 10 minutes ago is attack time. As usual. I think Mill went into their game thinking, oh yeah, QPR are gonna fucking fuck it up anyway. Oh, camera lasted quite a long while there. Right, let's play back to Taylor. Good hands by Joe Walsh there. Poker was a waste of the City. Yeah, but look, it's because of injuries, man. Injuries do kill a guy. Alright, Amadou to Sato on the right, and it's gonna be a throw into QPR. Scarlett looks like he's coming on. Former Arsenal Academy man in Scarlett. Bro, this is ridiculous. How? Harvey Vale. Paul Smith. Shoots. Oh! Oh, Daniel Benny, what are you doing? Oh my God, Daniel Benny. What was that? What was that, Benny? Jesus Christ, what was that? Oh, Benny, what all you had to do was tap it in. Yeah, I agree with Andy. I agree. Matter keeps saying, Kieran the Curry telling bro could be a good. Fuck you know, Jesus Christ. I don't know what to say with that one. Benny needs to work on finishing this summer. How many? Do you know what the maddest thing is, right? Benny has a good strike on him. I'm not gonna lie, he has a good finish on him. Scarlett has to cover up his sponsor because he's underage. Oh, that's so funny, man. Alright. Goal kick Ipswich. I wouldn't be surprised if the Ipswich fans do a run on the pitch at the end of the game. Oh, actually, no, they can't because they've just done what? They've just done that. Oh, Ipswich! Oh, it's a penalty. It's a penalty, is it? Oh, no. He's got it. Joe Walsh, what are you doing? 3-0, game over. And it's a sub for the sub for Ipswich scores 3-0. They're up. They're second. What is Joe Walsh doing there? Well, I want to see that again. What is Joe Walsh doing there, man? McAteer score him. Alright, let's have a look at the replay. If they show it. So it's a long ball over the top. 3 players on one guy. Ronnie Edwards, I don't know why you're doing skills there. Stupid. Loses the ball. Joe Walsh, what are we doing? Oh my God. Joe Walsh's hands, what the fuck, man? What on earth? Joe Walsh, what are you doing, man? Joe Walsh, what are you doing? What are we 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 doing? Whether that, I don't know if that's a free kick or not, but Joe Walsh, you've got to be keeping hold of that ball, mate. Oh, Jesus Christ. Cord says still 2-2 at Wrexham. Ah, well, Ipswich have done it. Ipswich got second. Ipswich have got second. Ultra Gamer, Joe Walsh should stick to the game shows like his brother Bradley. I don't think that is his brother, I'll be honest with you. Daniel's on for Jack Taylor. Passed it back to Joe Walsh. He has. Harvey Vale on the ball. Free kick QPR. Coventry at 4-0. Going out with a bang. Alright, cute. Oh, Sky fucked up. Sky ain't paying the bills. Amadou and Bengay. Camera's gone off. Right. Oh, what's up with you, eh? What's up? What's wrong? What's up? What's up? What's the matter? What's the matter? What's up? Too hot for you today, is it? Alright, Ipswich goalie on the ball. Oh, go on, you got there. Stay there. What was that? What do you think the manager saw in Walsh to think he could be on? Mate, if you was here at pre-season with me, I said the same thing, bruv. I said the same thing. Said the same thing. Looks like goal difference Hull are gonna get that 6th spot. I'm not saying no, man. I'm not saying no on that one. Like I said, I want the season to end. I wanted the season to end a couple of weeks ago, to be honest. Alright. Yeah, just wasting time in the corner, Ipswich are. Alright, cleared away now by QPR. And it's given straight away back to Ipswich. We'll have a season recap once, but I guess the season's over pretty much. So yeah, 4 minutes at a time. I don't know if I can add time. No, I can't. I don't know why that's not working. I've not even changed. Oh, that's not working either. What on earth is going on with my stream deck? That's mad. I wanted the season to end when we was in toxic soup, for fuck's sake. Gotta go DB, mate, but thanks to the stream, Zach Ryan. No, Zach Foley, thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you for our match reaction, or we'll catch you soon anyway. Hopefully you have a good weekend, and we go from there. 3 minutes to go until the end of the season. Another crazy season for QPR in the championship. I bet these players are like glad that in the next 3 minutes they're on holiday. Oh, not happening. I enjoyed the podcast this season. Some great banter in the chats this season. Hope we continue. We will. Hopefully some more. Yeah, hopefully some more. Hopefully we get some more stuff going. Look, if we're gonna commit to this, we gotta commit to it. You know, we gotta put the work in. All right, McKenna, getting ready to cheer. All right, cleared away by Ipswich. You lot have been incredible, man. Oh, is that good touch? Jesus Christ. Go on, Isaac. Go on. He's being held. He's being held. Go on, Isaac. Go on. Oh, lucky. He's being held, though. He was being held. Tylon, do something. Don't commit a foul. Don't commit a foul. Don't commit a foul. Don't slide in. Don't slide in. Stay on your feet. Good man. That's a shit finish by Ipswich. Bristol City beat Stoke 2-0. Southampton 3-1. I wonder who's going to get the playoffs. I wonder who's going to win the playoffs. Alright, these players are ready to jump on the pitch. Ipswich are ready to raid the pitch, and there's police there and everything. Do you think they allow it? I think they just allow it, to be honest. Can you be stopped? I don't know. Oh, fucking hell. It's gone again. Alright, 1 minute to go, and Ipswich are back in the Premier League. Alright, headed away. Amadou and Bengay. Oh, Tyron Smith fouled. Alright, he's gone out wide to Ronnie. 30 seconds to go. And these guys are going to be killing. I don't know. I personally think it will be Southampton. Isaac on the ball. Plays it back to Ronnie. Raphael Varane, sorry. Tyron Smith pushing up. Trying to get players forward. Varane. Moves up the pitch to the wing. Davis. Last couple of seconds to go. Can we get a goal? A last minute goal maybe? Into the middle to set forward. Well, you can't blow the whistle there. You can't blow the... Look, even if it's finished, you can't blow the whistle there. That's retarded, man. That's retarded. Man, that's dumb, bro. That's just stupid. You can't blow the whistle there, man. Anyway, look, Ipswich promoted to the Premier League. Ipswich with a dominant performance of 3-0 at Portman Road. They're back in the Premier League. Pitch has gone mad. Players are with the fans. I don't know what's going on with the QPR players. Hopefully no one gets hurt. Hopefully it's alright. But yeah. Yeah, another season ended. Another, what should we say, letdown season. There's been highs, there's been lows as always. But at the end of the day, you know, what can we say? We'll be back though. We'll be back for next season. We'll be back with our match reaction tomorrow as well. Congratulations to Coventry and Ipswich going into the Premier League. See what happens with them next season. And playoff wise, it's all finished, I think, now. Let's have a look who's finishing the playoffs. So the playoffs, it looks like it's Hull, Middlesbrough, Southampton and Millwall. Obviously it'll be top 8 next season. And we go from there. But apart from that, you guys have killed it this season. Honestly, you've built this channel up a lot more than what I thought. And you guys have killed it, man. Honestly, much love to all of you guys in the chat and whoever watches. Don't forget to hit the like button. It does help. Let's try and hit or finish it off with over 20 likes if possible. We're at 19 at the moment. But let's see what happens. We go again next season, you know. But apart from that, we'll catch you tomorrow for our match reaction. Peace, love, positivity as always. Enjoy your bank holiday weekend. And we'll catch you soon. Cheers, guys. Have a great weekend. Cheers, Paul, for that. Cheers, man.